These are my Group Iron Man accounts. That's right, both of them. One account is a combat-only pure, otherwise known as an 807, and the other one is a level 3 skiller. In the last episode, the skiller got the angler outfit, went on a big questing spree, finishing off with unlocking Fossil Island, and did the Lost Tribe quest to get a bone crossbow for the 807. And the 807 used that crossbow to really get started with range training and Slayer. Nothing else to report, so let's get into today's progress. We just got done with a bunch of different quests, and I think that I want to go for the graceful outfit now, because I've been running around doing all those quests, and more specifically, I've been walking around doing all those quests because my run energy's been running out so fast. So I'm gonna start doing some agility, work towards the graceful set, and yeah, that's the next goal on this account. So in case you don't know, but I'm sure most of you watching do, the graceful outfit pretty much just makes you weigh less and it makes your run energy restore faster, so it's great for running around the game. And the way you get it is by doing rooftop agility courses, and periodically throughout it, marks of grace will spawn, and you'll be able to trade them in for the pieces of the outfit. Now for the full graceful set, you need 260 marks of grace, so we'll see how long it takes me to get all those. We just hit level 50 range on the 807. This is cool because now we have access to magic short bows if we ever get one of those, blue dragonhide armor, and also the bone short bow from Scurious. So now we can officially have all three of the Scurious weapons if we decide we want to do that. Our stats are looking pretty good right about now. I know we just started the graceful grind, but I decided to do a couple quests real quick, starting with Client of Karend. The reason for this is because the Hosidius quest, Depths of Despair, rewards agility XP, so I timed it to where doing this quest gets me up to level 30 agility, so I can start the next rooftop course, which is Varrock. But I also decided to do the other Karend quests I had access to because they all reward pages for the Crest's memoirs, which I can use to teleport around Zaya. So here's Queen of Thieves, Ascent of Arceus, and the Forsaken Tower. I can't do the Shazian quest because it has a strength requirement, but that's 4 more teleports I have access to. Now back to rooftop courses. Alright, I was so involved with this agility grind, so reclined that I forgot to record this level, but we just hit level 40, and normally this is where people would leave this course behind so they can go do the Canifis one, but because Canifis is in Mauritania, and I cannot access Mauritania on this account because I can't do the Priest in Peril quest because it gives you para experience, I'm stuck here. So I'm going to be here until level 50 agility, unfortunately, and then I'll switch up to the Falador course. There's the first long bone on the account. It's nice to see these surprise collection logs pop up. This should be the very end of our Trolls task at long last. These tasks take a long time, probably because I'm not really geared the best, and my range level isn't very high, but let's go get another task. Black Demons in the Catacombs of Karend. Again, another task I can just stand back, safe spot, AFK, whatever. And it's in the Catacombs of Karend, which is cool because I can actually get some Skatizo totems and some crystals and some new collection log stuff, so that should be pretty cool. Taking a little bit of a break from rooftop agility because I forgot that I had this sitting in my bank. Maybe some of you forgot as well, but there we go. Freed the Mountain Dwarf, 1000 Cooking XP, and 1000 Slayer XP, which is the biggest one out of all this. That brings us up to 19 Slayer on the skiller. And we're very close to being able to use these 2 lamps that are just sitting in our inventory. But the reason we came all the way out here is because the 807, this poor guy over here, he doesn't have enough bone bolts for this next Slayer task, so I gotta go buy some more. Can't do anything himself, I swear. Hey guys, consider subscribing. I'm in the final push to 50,000 subscribers, and it would be super cool to hit that milestone pretty soon, so click the buttons and thank you very much. Here at the Catacombs of Karend, these black demons want me bad, but they can't get me because I'm safe spotting them, and I think their defense is pretty high, so this might actually be not too optimal. Yeah, I'm not really hitting. This isn't great. Okay, there's 1 kill and 43 Slayer. Sorry for the flash. That kill was painfully slow. So what I'm going to do is actually train my range before I take care of this Slayer task. So we're going to take a little bit of a break from training Slayer. And I know exactly how we're going to train our range up. All right, we're here in the Forthos dungeon. And what's that I have in my hand? It's a big old stack of gray Chinchampas. We're going to throw through all of these, get a bunch of range XP, get some drops. You know how it is. We just kind of stack them up like this. And then we go to town, get all these big range XP drops. Here's level 60 range. It got skipped right past, obviously, because we're taking tons of damage right now. It's a pretty big milestone, 60 range. We can now wear red dragonhide armor and all that stuff. Remember when range was our lowest skill? Well, look at us now. So I finished up all my great Chinchampas, and we got to level 60 range. That's only a couple extra levels, but I think that should be good enough for me to at least do this Black Demons task, even if I know it's going to take a while. But let me show you another little secret weapon here. We can go to this pub right here in Shazian, and Cheryl sells lizard kickers. Be real, how many of you guys even knew that this drink existed? It only costs 6 coins, and this is what it does. You drink it, and it lowers your strength and magic, but it boosts your range by 4. So it's pretty much like a budget ranging potion if you don't mind your strength and magic being drained. So I'm definitely gonna grab a bunch of these, and this will help us at least a little bit with our Black Demons task. We're back at the catacombs, and I'm gonna say that the lizard kicker, with a combination of lazy flicking my eagle eye on, I'm actually hitting pretty decently. This task is still gonna take a very long time, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's at least doable now. Well, you guys, we made it. Imagine, just imagine, doing over 360 laps of the Varrock rooftop course. I wish I could say it couldn't be me, but it is. But yeah, we're all done with the Varrock course, and now we can officially move on to the Falador course. But we did get 100 marks of grace from this, so before we head over to the Falador course, we're gonna stop by Grace and buy ourselves a couple pieces of the outfit. Here we are in the Rogue's Den. I'm gonna spend some time here in the future when I decide I go for the Rogue's outfit, but that's not for a little bit. The outfit I have my eye on is, of course, the Graceful outfit. I already did the math, and the 2 pieces I'm gonna buy should equal 100 marks of grace. I'm gonna buy the legs, there we go, and I'm also gonna buy the cape. Look at us. We got a lot of weight reduction, a little bit of run restore increase, and yeah, we're ready to head to Falador and finish up this little Graceful grind, even though it's gonna take, oh, so much longer. It feels good to not be at the Varrock rooftop course. You know, this one sucks too. It's not a great agility course, but the change of scenery is always nice. And also we're doing like a tier 50 rooftop course compared to like a tier 30 one, so the XP is also better. And that should be the end of the Black Demons task. That took us most of the day to do that one. I've actually decided I'm gonna do something that's not Slayer for the time being. I think I'm gonna go for the xRakine talisman drop on this account. On the Skiller, I can get the Karest's Memoirs, the book that I have right here, to teleport me around Karend, but I can't get that on this account because I can't really do any of the quests that give me the pages for the teleports. If I want to be able to teleport to Karend easily, I'm gonna need to get myself this this talisman. It's a 1 in 250 drop rate without the easy diary done from Lizardmen. So what I'm gonna be doing pretty much is just hanging out here. We got an altar to recharge my prayer, and then we got a bunch of Lizardmen over here, and we're just gonna kill these guys. Yo, there it is. There's the xRakine talisman. That took us 187 kills to get that. Okay, so throughout those kills, we were also getting Lizardman Fang drops, and this is actually what we use to charge the talisman, so we can put those in there. It now has 30 charges, and therefore 30 teleports. And these are all the places we can teleport to. This is Shazian, this is Hosidius, this is Lovakenge, this is like Karend Castle, and this is Chambers of Xeric, but we can't teleport there yet until we do some raids and get the tablet to unlock that teleport. But yep, we got the teleport, which is pretty cool. So I guess it's time to go back to Slayer now. That little side quest is done and dusted. See, next Slayer task is, oh, we're back to Trolls in Keldegrim. Okay. What happened next was a bit of an ADHD-inspired nightmare, so I'll try to walk you through my thought process. I decided that my next big goal on the account is going to be to go for a fire cape, so I need to improve my range gear for that. So I decided what I wanted to do is to get the Void Knight outfit from Pest Control, but then I remembered that with each tier of the combat achievements I complete, I get an extra Pest Control point per game, which would help speed up the Pest Control grind by a lot. So I decided to go for the easy combat achievements first. The first boss I went for is the Crazy Archaeologist, since I can get 9 combat achievement points from him, as well as a potential rune crossbow drop, which would also be used in the fight caves. So here's how the first kill went. All right, one more hit should do it. There we go. I'm interested to see how, oh no way, we got the rune crossbow on the first drop. Let's go, dude. I was gonna say, I'm interested to see how many combat tasks we would get for that one kill. It looks like we got 2 medium ones. And then, after getting the achievement for 10 kill count, I decided to move on to the next boss, the Chaos Fanatic. I pretty much hit nothing on this guy, so I gave up before even getting 1 kill. And then I became aware of something that made me drop everything I was doing and give up on the Void Knight outfit altogether. Hold on a second. I don't think I've kissed this frog before. I wasn't gonna record for this clip, but whatever, we got it. A new set of armor from Varlamore just came to my attention. I didn't know it existed until now, because Varlamore's kind of new. But there's this armor set called Mixed Hide Armor. This requires 50 defense and 60 range, and I have both of those. And what this is, it's like a hybrid set between like melee and range. So every piece in the set has melee strength, which is one of the best stats for this account. And also it's like range gear. So This is incredible. This is like, this could be the gear for the fight caves. This could be my Slayer gear. Like, this is amazing. The only thing about it is it requires Hunter to get all the hides so that you can, make them. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop over to this account, put a pin in the graceful grind, and just go get all the things needed so that I can make this armor for the 807. Because this is honestly kind of a game changer, so let me show you how to make this armor. I have enough marks of grace for 2 new pieces. I think I can buy the gloves, nice, the pop-up, and also the boots. So we got 2 new graceful pieces, which will help us when we're running around Varlamore. So as you guys might know, we already completed the Children of the Sun quest on this account back when we were doing our quest grind. And after that quest is over, this is how you get to Varlamore. As simple as that. Now we're gonna be doing a lot of hunter related stuff, so we're gonna head into the savannah, which is just south of the city. We're actually gonna go all the way over to the Hunter Guild first of all. And here we are at the Hunter Guild. I'm not exactly sure what I need to do. Here we go. I need to buy a teasing stick for one of the things I'm hunting. And this is the person that's gonna be making us the armor once we get all the stuff for it. Luckily, they sell the jaguar furs, and I'm gonna need 1 of these. The next thing I'm gonna have to get is 3 of these sunlight antelope furs, which I can't buy these. I gotta go get them myself. And I need 3 fox furs, which I also had to hunt myself. So with the jaguar fur, I can make a mixed hide cape. And there it is, cost me 20,000 coins. I cannot wear it on this account because it needs 50 defense and 60 range, but I can drop it over to the 807. Look at this cape. It just looks like I have some kind of dead animal just hanging from my back. And the stats on this is it gives me +5 range, a bunch of defense bonuses, and a melee strength, which is massive. And here are the pyre foxes. So pretty much what I need to do for these is just chop these logs, and then I can set up these traps. Oh, I can only have 1 trap set up at a time. Okay, so we just wait. Oh, look at that dumbass. He got squished by a rock. There we go. There's 1 fox fur, and there's 3 fox furs. And here are the sunlight antelopes. These are just pitfall traps, so I set these up, and then I gotta poke them with the teasing stick. And this is the whole reason I brought food, because these guys can do damage to me. I believe up to 5 damage. Oh, sunflower spot. We've got a collection log slot. I was not expecting that. And there's the 3rd fur. That should be everything we need for the full set. Okay, so we're back at him. We're gonna have him make us the hide top. That costs 20,000 coins. And the legs, another 20,000 coins. And lastly, the boots. 17,500 coins. Not too bad for our new best in slot armor for the most part. Drop all this over. I grabbed all my current gear out so we can do kind of like a stat comparison. So comparing our range stats from our best range gear, we go from +74 range attack to +105 range attack. And then for our melee gear, this is how our stats change. We go from +62 melee strength, I guess, to +63 melee strength. But that's because we don't have the fighter torso. So if we put the fighter torso on, then it's +65 melee strength. So from the rest of this gear, we get +3 melee strength over what we currently have, and the stats are way better too. Also, I just realized, and you might have noticed it too, that I was using the Rune Defender throughout all that stat comparison. I have a Dragon Defender. I just, for some reason, didn't think that that was my best defender. But the stat changes should all be the same. Just know that I'm stupid and I have a Dragon Defender. The next thing I decided to do to procrastinate running rooftop courses is the Portion of Interest quest on the Skiller. This is possible with the recoil method, but requires a bit of luck. The reason I'm doing this quest is because it gives you Slayer XP as a reward that will get me to over level 20, so I can use these museum lamps I've had in my inventory this whole video. Here's how it went. Oh, am I dead? Oh, my cat! Oh my god, I didn't even think about that. That was my first death on the account. X can't keep a cat alive, xRakine strikes again. And there's our gravestone. Wait a minute, did that destroy my 2 lamps? My 2 1000 XP Slayer lamps? Dude, this was a mistake. This was a big mistake. Tell me I can reclaim these XP lamps. Come on. Well, minus 2000 XP that I could actually physically never get back on this account, which is pretty heartbreaking because Slayer XP is really hard to come by. And because I'm so heartbroken at this whole situation, I'm not even gonna finish this quest right now. I'll come back to it later. It was literally just the worst side quest of all time. Okay, we are back on the 807, and let's see what our first task is gonna be with our brand new, beautiful armor. Greater Demons on the Isle of Souls. Greater Demons task has been completed. We even got 3 brimstone keys off of it. Let's open this chest up. 2 rune plate legs, 2 rune full helms, and a bunch of coal for the Skiller. And our Slayer task is Calphites in the Calphite Lair. Luckily, I already know a safe spot for these big ones, the Guardians, because I may have spent a lot of time down here. These guys are pretty good to AFK and should get me some decent Slayer XP. I could kill the smaller ones, but nah, this is what I'm looking for in Slayer right now, is just AFK. All right, here we go. This is a bit of a consolation prize for me losing out on my XP lamps. This genie lamp right here will bring me up to level 20 Slayer, I believe. There we go. I wish that I could put 2,000 XP into Slayer, but those lamps are dead and I should just forget about them. 50 Slayer on the 807. We can now kill Bloodvelds, the thick boys, which is pretty cool. Well, you guys, we made it. Level 60 agility. Can you believe it? We can now run the Sears rooftop course. And honestly, I'm just devastated. Can you imagine unlocking the Sears agility course at 60 agility and still not having full graceful? Chances are you can't imagine that because you have access to Canifis, where you can just spawn marks of grace every lap. But that's not the case for me, so yeah, we're headed to Sears Village to finish this grind up. And here we go, next rooftop course, the Sears course. This one's actually pretty chill. I've done like probably thousands of laps of this course over all my accounts. All right, we just finished up the Calphite task, and our next one is Fire Giants in the Stronghold Slayer dungeon. There's 65 agility. This is gonna be the last level that we get on this grind because we're only 2 humble marks of grace away from unlocking our full graceful set. Do you guys know what this is? This is the last mark of grace. We're done. We have 90. That should be able to buy us the mask and the top, and the full graceful grind has been completed. Took us all the way up to level 65 agility to do this. I'm so excited to get back to AFKing this account, but for now, let's go get ourselves a graceful set. Let's buy the hood. And there is the top. And there we go. Full graceful set has been completed. We're now negative 23 kilograms. And with the set bonus, each individual piece increases my run restoration rate by 30%. So we will not be walking as much as we used to. I do, however, want to recolor this graceful into the quest speedrunning colors. I've never done the quest speedrunning before, so I feel like this would be a good enough time to do it, you know, recolor it. So yeah, I'm gonna take care of that probably like tomorrow or something, but for now, I'm just gonna chill, find something to AFK, and yeah, probably finish up this Slayer task that the 807 is on. And look at that, you guys. That is the first item on the Skiller checklist completed. And just because I got you here, here's what the 807's checklist looks like. So at the moment, what I'm doing is I just stepped outside from, you know, where I bought the graceful, and I'm just gonna be cutting down all these trees right here, fletching them into shafts, maybe burning the logs a little bit, just kind of getting my wood cutting and, you know, the related skills up a little bit. There's level 15 fire making. We can now burn oak logs, and we also hit level 15 fletching, so we can now fletch oak logs. So we're done with regular trees, and we're on to oak trees. Will this be the medium casket? It is the first medium casket on either account. Ranger boots or spiked manacles. Sad. There goes the only chance to get a 1kc something cool. And this should be level 30 fire making. So now we can burn willow logs. And since we can now chop and burn willow logs, I think we're gonna move over to a forestry world, camp out at these willows over in Draenor, and we're gonna do some forestry for the first time. There's this whole collection log right here of stuff that I'm probably gonna need. One of the good things about doing this on a forestry world is that there's a ton of people here, and there's normally a forester's campfire. I've never actually used one of these before, but it's like an AFK fire making method. You can like just sit here and just dump your logs into the fire, and instead of having to light a big line of logs, you just dump them onto here. I think you get like half XP per log or something, but it's pretty chill because I don't have to run to the bank or anything. Okay, so what I'm gonna be doing on the 807 is just AFKing my defense here at Sand Crabs. And the goal is to get to level 70 eventually so that I can wear Barrow's armor, because I do want to do Barrows in the future. Not the near future, but in the, you know, close-ish future. But the main reason why I'm here is because I want to get 2 more total levels. I want to get to 500 total level, because that will give me access to Soul Wars. And once I have access to Soul Wars, then I have a way of getting Rune and Adamantite bolts, which I can use as ammo in the fight caves to get my fire cape. So that is the thing I'm going for right now. 62 defense, 500 total, access to Soul Wars. And on this account, I guess I'll do what I said I was gonna do last night, which is the graceful recolor. I guess I'll try out quest speedrunning. I'm not gonna bore you with the progress. I'll probably make like a separate video on the actual quest speedrunning, but I don't wanna put that in this video. I'll just kind of put in just like the highlights, everything that's relevant for the video. So yeah, let's go try out the quest speedrunning. There's 62 defense and 500 total level. We can now do Soul Wars on this account, which we're going to do in the future, but I'm going to stay here and AFK a little bit more while the Skiller is finishing up the quest speedrunning. And just like that, we are done. We have over 1,800 speedrun points, which is how much we need for the outfit. Honestly, this was pretty fun. I had a good time doing it. The very short ones were the most fun, I think. And once they started getting longer, it stopped really feeling that enjoyable. So yeah, I had a good time, but let's head back to the main world and get ourselves the outfit. All right, we just got to trade Eliza here, and we need the tier 3 adventurer's outfit. There we go. It looks like this. Very cool. And this is, I think, exactly what it's going to look like with the graceful. I think the mask is a little bit different. How do you do it? Just like this? There we go. Yeah, I like this outfit. I've never had this before. I've never done quest speedrunning before, but overall, I think it looks pretty good. Just want to get something a little unique for this account. And I think this looks sick. So yeah, now that we got our nice looking graceful, we can get back to just chilling and doing some skilling. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you made it all the way to the end, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Also, a massive shout out to all the channel members. In the Dune Legends tier, we have Ia, Musha, Hybrid Chills, and Spacehawk. Thank you all very much. In the Dune Lords tier, we have Icarus, Jacob P, Humorbot, Matthew Carroll, Ian Willis, Josh Funderberg, Hyph Zaya, and our newest member, Vitamin. And in the Dune Lads tier, we have Weirdo, Kai, Bash T, The Corf, Lunar Forte, and Sir Huckleberry. Thank you all very much for the support. If you'd like to find out more about channel memberships, click the join button down below next to the subscribe button. Thank you all, and see you next time.